2 mental shifts that if you implement today will shift your confidence when it comes to women, real estate investing, and entrepreneurship in your own life. Hey guys, I was never confident. I grew up as a refugee to come into America. My poor parents had to work all the time. I'm sure they had a lot of stress, but they were physically abusive. Like I remember going to school and had to cover up for my dad because he used to beat the shit out of me, okay? Or beat the shit out of my mom, and I had to stand up and take the beating. So that deprived of my confidence, okay? And same with my mom. For example, when I had started my business with just $100, no debt, and grew it into one business with multiple locations, Dallas, Houston, Austin, and Fort Worth. And then from that, started my real estate brokerage firm, then got into rental properties. And then I cashed out one of my rental properties and over $100,000, right? And I took that and spent half of it and I bought gold and I put $17,000 in Bitcoin. And I got the gold delivered to me and it was a big box like this full of gold, right? And I showed it to my mom. And instead of her saying, "Good job, son," or "Hey, this is amazing," you know what she said? "Oh, this is nothing, man. This is nothing." She was just like straight up dissing on me. At that time, I knew exactly that my mom was a narcissist and my parents were very, very negative, right? And this is why I have deprived myself of all the self-confidence that I deserve. And no matter what I would do, I'm never going to be able to prove my parents that I'm worthy enough. And therefore, I'm never going to feel like that unless I change myself. Let me give you another example. I started my moving company, Dr. Move, with just $100. My dad had borrowed money to start a a piece of business, okay? He was making $30,000 a month in his business, you know, and he was having success, but he had borrowed a large amount of money to start a business. Me, on the other hand, I started my moving company with just $100, living out of my car, and eventually my business hit $30,000. And I said, "Hey, Dad, look, I'm hitting the same amount as you were hitting it per month, okay?" And I thought he would be happy for me. He said, "No, your business is not worth anything." A few months later, I turned that $30,000 to $60,000. I was making $60,000 a month. And I went to my dad and said, "Look, Dad, you're not going to believe this, man. I started this business with $100 with like strap booting it. And guess what? You know, he's like, "Oh, this business is trash." I took it from $60,000 to $120,000 a month, and I said, "Hey, Dad, look how much I'm making now, Dad." And you know what they said? "Oh, this is a dumb business, man. You're a trash picker, right?" And at that time, I realized that, man, no matter what I'll do, I'm never going to be able to please them. But more importantly, they're robbing me of my self-confidence, okay? Constantly, okay? But now, I'm going to talk about 2 things that are going to change your confidence to improve it, because I've gone through a journey. I thought that confidence does not just come just one day you wake up confident. No, confidence comes from 2 things. Number 1, okay, your self-talk. Okay, how do you talk to yourself? Because externally, maybe you have good parents, okay? Maybe you have bad parents, or maybe you have no parents, right? Well, you can't depend on the external people. Well, let me, before I dive into it, let me explain the 2 things that are going to increase your confidence, and I'm going to zoom into it, okay, for you. So self-talk, okay? And the other thing is, do you listen to your heart? What does that mean? Like you're at a coffee shop, let's say I'm at a coffee shop, and I see a hot chick, and I want to go talk to her. If I don't go talk to her immediately, I'm not going to have confidence. That robs me of my confidence. If you know, let me tell you another thing that built my confidence. I was, you know, living in my car, and I said, "I'm going to start a moving company with $100, and I did, and that had multiple locations. They made a lot of money. So that builds confidence because I listened to my heart. Okay, I can tell you another story. You know, I said, "Look, I want to get into real estate investing. I don't know anything. I don't know escrow. I don't know title. I don't know contracts. I don't know negotiation. I don't know any of that stuff when it comes to real estate." But guess what? I went in and started a real estate brokerage firm where I had people old as my grandparents working for me. Then I got into buying houses from off-market properties, negotiating deep discounts, or with seller financing. And guess what? That built me confidence, okay? So what I'm talking about is listening to your heart is very, very important, because if you want to do something, go to the gym, start a YouTube channel, podcast, write a book, talk to a woman, be your dreams, whatever it is. If your heart tells you something, you know what it is, man. You're at a coffee shop, you want to do something, bro, but you don't do it, okay? That robs you of your confidence, okay? Literally, like every day, and it piles up like dog shit over, and then you're gonna be like this, right? And that's the thing with confidence. It's like muscle. I've been working out since 6th grade, but if I don't go to the gym, bro, I'm not gonna have the muscle. It's just simple as that. But here's the good thing: if I've been doing it for a long time, I may only have to go to the gym for 6 weeks, and I'll get most of my muscle back because of muscle memory. And same thing with confidence, right? If you practice and practice and practice, it makes you better. If you don't do it, you're not. And I'm going to show you some things that I personally done that's going to help you to build your confidence. But now that we talked about listening to your heart, it's very, very important. Let's talk about self-talk. This thing is going to help you build your confidence. Okay, the way you talk to yourself. I cannot be waiting around for my mama to give me confidence, my dad to give me confidence, my brother to give me confidence, my neighbor to give me confidence, the girl down the street to give me confidence, my banker to give me confidence, my friends to give me confidence. No, none of these guys are going to give me confidence because most people are traumatically going through trauma or haters or they're hurt or damaged good. And they cannot give you love. They cannot make you feel good. So it's up to us to make ourselves feel good because it's our internal communication with ourselves that gives us confidence. Let me give you a story that I read in the biography of a yogi. It's very, very important. That's when I really, really realized what's going on. He said that if you lose your money, your wealth, you lost a lot. He said then if you lose your health, you even lost a lot more. But he said if you lose your mind, right, you lost everything. And that is so true because, for example, when it comes to entrepreneurship, if you don't have the self-confidence, if you don't have the self-belief that you're going to do this, when every banker is going to say no, and every Bob and Joe and your mom are going to say, you can't do this, son. When everyone says no, it's not going to work. When you're not getting views, whatever the story may be, if you don't have the self-confidence to say, no, I'm going to fucking do this shit, watch me. I'm going to do this shit. And it's not even about the outcome. It's just about you proving to your heart, you're going to do this shit. That's it. The outcome has nothing to do with it. And that builds self-confidence, okay? Now, one of the ways that I personally build self-confidence with self-talk is at the gym, okay? This is something that I didn't realize. It's like when I go to the gym since 6th grade, when I'm doing the exercise, before I actually do the exercise, I have a ritual. I raise my hand up for a few seconds, especially if I'm doing like heavy squats or deadlifts, things that are like extremely hard, and I talk to myself. Man, power level, you got this. Power level means champ in Iran. Champ, you got this, bro. You're the man, man. I love myself. I'm not gonna quit. I got this. I got this. And then once I'm in the exercise, and I'm actually, let's say, doing the deadlifts or doing the pull-ups, I am actually, and it's extremely heavy, I'm actually talking to myself like a personal trainer, like a coach would, right? Because I've been other people's personal trainer and I know how to motivate them by telling them they're doing a great job. And I'm telling myself, you're the man, brother. Keep fucking going. You're not going to quit. You're the fucking man. You got this shit. I love myself. I'm not going to quit. You're the fucking man. Just constantly, throughout the fucking reps, bro. I mean, I was just doing legs just yesterday, and my legs were fucking shaking, dude, like one leg at a time, right? But even though I'm visually seeing my legs shaking, I can't do it anymore. But I'm like, no, man, I got this shit, man. 4 more, 3 more, and amazingly, and boom, 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 I was able to do that. Okay, and the point of the story is that self-talk. You have to be the internal talk, and this is why the yogis have understood this stuff. They understood how the moons worked, or how this worked, or that worked, how the body worked, thousands of years, right, before there was any science. Anyways, guys, another thing that Napoleon Hill said, which is, I think, very true, is that the mind is like a radio, right? And I think it is absolutely true. There's 2 frequencies coming in. You got the negative and you got the positive, okay? And by default, as humans, we're programmed to look for the negative, because we're looking for that lion, we're looking for that tiger, we're looking for that bear, we're looking for that someone to come take our food, whatever, in the caveman days, okay? And as society has evolved and has become easier, we're still focused on the negative. So we're always talking to ourselves negative, okay? And that correlates to the negative talk. It doesn't matter if you're the president, you're a star, you're the best guitar player, whatever, there's that frequency constantly coming in. And the way to change that is by focusing on the positive frequency versus the negative, okay? And some people are in relationships where that other person is pouring into them a positive, and other people are in relationships where people pour into a negative. But either way, if you want to be your dreams, you are the one that has to pour positivity in yourself, dude. Over and over and over and over, and that's going to build confidence. So the two things that definitely has boosted my personal confidence is always my self-talk at the gym, and now I've even carried it over. For example, I see a hot chick, I go talk to her, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, let's go. Good job, bro. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if she rejects me or she declines me, right? I want to do a little change in my business, and I'm scared. Like, no, fuck yeah, let's go, dude. Okay, and I'll do it. And the point of the story is, I have to celebrate myself physically, mentally, and out loud, externally, and internally, dude. And I highly recommend you guys do the same thing, because, like Napoleon Hills, I think the devil or the enemy or the negative energy is always coming in, right? And so is the positive. It just depends if you want to listen to it and believe it. Anyways, guys, much love for you. Don't take no for an answer. Always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Romy. And peace, guys.